Shut up. Be quiet. I'm telling you now, you're going to be arrested. Go up against, put your hands on the wall. More manpower.
More manpower? Look at these guys. All running in.
Hands up.
I'm not breaking any laws.
This is a restricted area.
A secure area?
Yeah.
How did I get here if it's so restricted?
Turn your camera off.
I'm not a threat, no.
You're not allowed to be here. I'm telling you now, you're going to be arrested. Go up against, put your hands on the wall.
I'm telling you, I'm not going to put my hands against the wall because I haven't committed a crime. Look at these guys running here. This is not...
I'm telling you, put your hands up against the wall.
Look at these guys. All running in.
Hands up.
I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not... Don't do it. Don't violate my rights. What authority do you have to tell me to put... Shh. I'm talking to the supervisor. Okay? Excuse me?
Shut up. Be quiet.
You don't tell me what to do. None of you tell me what to do. What is wrong with you?
You Long Island Auditor?
Possibly.
You understand where he's coming from?
I know who he is. This is Sean Paul Reyes.
My understanding, you want to file a complaint?
Yes, sir. Hey, what's up guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. Today we're at the Ulster County Correctional Facility here in Kingston, New York. We're here today, as always, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look around the outside of the facility. We always have to be mindful of any restricted area signs, especially when dealing with a correctional facility. So let's make sure we don't go into any restricted areas.
You alright, Bob?
Who are you, sir?
I work for the sheriff's office.
And your name?
My name is Johnson.
Johnson?
Yeah.
No, Johnson, I don't need any help, thank you.
Well, you can't be around here, that's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry, hold on, I can't really even hear you. Let's walk towards Johnson. Sorry, I can't hear you. What'd you say?
You just can't be around here, that's all I'm saying.
Why is that?
Because this is a restricted area.
This is a restricted area, a secure area?
Yeah.
How did I get here
I don't know.
if it's so restricted and secure?
okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright.
I'm good. Deputy Johnson?
No, I'm a correctional officer.
Correctional Officer
Yes.
Johnson. Okay, yeah. Do you have a badge number or anything like that?
Why do you need my badge number?
Just, I like to know who I'm communicating with, that's all.
605.
Okay, thank you. That's it. My name's Sean.
Well, they said that you were out here walking around.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look at the vehicle, yeah. Just taking a look at them.
You just can't be back here looking at the vehicles, though.
Oh, why is that though?
Because it's a restricted area.
But it's not.
It is.
Why do you say it's restricted?
Well, you can't be around our vehicles, is what I'm saying.
So your vehicles are restricted?
So, I mean, do you have a purpose for being here?
Well, yeah, I'm taking a look at the vehicles right now.
Why are you taking a look at the vehicles?
I find them interesting. Thought it was interesting to look at. That's all.
All right, so are you done here, or are you going to continue to wander around?
Wander around. I don't think I'm wandering around. Wandering around means like you don't have a purpose or anything. I definitely have a purpose.
Well, you don't have a purpose for being here, is what I'm saying.
But I don't have a purpose according to you.
But you're looking at our vehicles for what reason?
I just told you. I think they're interesting, and I wanted to look at them.
All right. So you're going to leave, or you're going to continue to stay?
I'm gonna continue to stay. Yeah, thanks. So that's Correctional Officer Johnson here. I hate it when they say, you know, you're just gonna wander around the facility. Wandering implies that I don't have a purpose. I do have a purpose. I have a constitutionally protected purpose. These are taxpayer vehicles here, and we're just taking a look at them.
Hands up against the wall.
Excuse me, sir?
Your hands up against the wall. You're on private property. It's the sheriff's office.
I'm not breaking any laws. Who are you?
I am the officer working here.
You're going to tell me to put my hands up against the wall? I am not breaking any laws. You have no authority to detain me. Are you even a deputy sheriff?
To watch commander.
Are you
More manpower out to where the cars are kept. Right now.
More manpower? For what?
You can't be here filming.
Sir, you seem tired after what you just did, but
Turn your camera
I'm
off.
not a threat, no.
You're not allowed to be here. I'm telling you now, you're going to be arrested. Go up against, put your hands on the wall.
I'm telling you, I'm not going to put my hands against the wall because I haven't committed a crime.
You can't be here. Being here is a crime.
No, it's
You see
not.
the sign on the way in?
There is no sign.
There's signs saying this is the Law Enforcement Center.
That doesn't matter. Look at these guys running here. This is not...
I'm telling you, put your hands up against the wall.
Look at these guys. All running in.
Hands up.
I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not... Don't do it. Don't violate my rights. There's no signage here. There's no signage. There is no signage. You guys need to calm down. There is no signage. Look when I walked in right here. Look where I walked in with the stairs. Don't touch me.
Signage by the stairs.
No, there is not. No, there is not. There is no signage.
There is signage.
I'm gonna prove to you that there's no signage.
And check the signage.
You guys got nothing better to do. Look at you guys. What is wrong with you? There is no sign.
How about if you don't vacate the premises, the patrol division will come over and they'll address the issue at hand.
You have no authority to arrest anyone. You guys are correctional
Just
officers.
listen to what I said.
He told me to put my hands on the wall. Like you have law enforcement capabilities.
Peace officers.
Doesn't matter. I don't care who you are. You're not allowed to violate the Constitution.
Yeah, you can't trespass.
You're trespassing.
Where's the sign? Where's the sign? Look, I came from these stairs right here. Look at this. See these stairs? Where's the sign?
Okay, this way, buddy.
Where's the sign? I need to speak to a supervisor. Do not touch me. I need to speak to a supervisor. What authority do you have to tell me to put... Shh, I'm talking to the supervisor. Okay? Excuse me?
Oh, there you go.
Excuse me?
Say, shut up. Be quiet.
You don't tell me what to do. None of you tell me what to do. What is wrong with you?
Because you are trespassing.
Are you a law enforcement officer, sir? Okay, I came from this stairway here. Publicly accessible area. There's a public charging station right over there that the public, there's a sign that says it's public.
Can we go?
Learn how to read. Let's go look at it. There's a public charging station right here. And this Officer Blum told me, put your hands against the wall. Turn off your recording. I have a right to record in law enforcement and correctional officers.
Which pump are you talking about?
There's an electrical right here. They're saying that this area is restricted.
Are you talking about where the
Right, but there's a sign. There's a sign that says, and there's actually a civilian vehicle there, officer. Okay. Deputy, excuse me. But there's a sign that says this is public. There's no restricted area signs here whatsoever.
Okay. How's your day other than this?
I mean, until 20 correctional officers ran outside to tell me to put my hands against the wall, it was going all right. It's a beautiful day here today. Checking out the cars.
Do you understand their concerns, though?
But they could have asked, okay, deputy, whatever concerns they might have, they could ask about their concerns. They don't have to say, turn off your camera, put your hands against the wall right now. They're correctional officers. I'm not an inmate. Right here. So this sign right here, this looks like a civilian vehicle to me. I don't know whose vehicle this is. But again, it says this charging station is available for public use. So this is a public area. There's no signage, as you saw, that this is a restricted area. It doesn't say restricted area, do not enter, nothing like that.
You're right. It does say for public use.
Right, so if the public can be here, it means it's obviously not restricted.
So
this
I think
is not
what their concern is you see this road right here where the stop sign is?
right. I came from the stairs, just so you know. Okay,
I heard that.
Okay.
I just want to tell you. So that road right there beyond the stop sign,
right,
that's a public highway.
Okay.
Right. So if you came down here and you pulled up to this, I would think that that's more reasonable. You know what I mean? But
instead of walking down the stairs?
Giving the fact walking down the stairs over there, because that's where the corrections division is on that side of the building.
Right.
It caused a little bit more concern. I think it'd be more...
But sir, I also have a right to record correctional officers, law enforcement officers. It's called the New York State Right to Monitor Act. There is a law in New York State that gives me the right to record on public property, law enforcement and correctional officers, peace officers. So that's all I'm doing. I'm checking on the cars. I thought it was interesting that they have electric vehicles as cars. And again, he just ran up to me and said, put your hands up against the wall. Instead of asking me, hey, what are you doing? You know, can I help you with anything? Just put your hands against the wall. It's ridiculous. And when there's no signage saying this is a restricted area, we just walked from the stairs right down here. There is no signage saying, hey, you got to leave.
You're right in that regard, but like when
there's got to be notice.
Right. When you come down the roadway that I just showed you there, and you come into you see where our police cars are right there?
Right.
That's where you enter into the Sally Port to the jail. There it says restricted area. So you missed it.
Well, I didn't.
You did walk. If there's no sign, truly what you're saying, up there where you came down the stairs, restricted area, there needs to be a sign there.
Right. Again, there's no notice. I walked down I just walked down, and then for them to just come up and say, put your hands against the wall, it's ridiculous. Do you mind if I get your badge number?
Yeah, actually, it's 7-5.
Okay.
I'll give you what's called a right to know card. I'll
Okay.
have my name on it.
All right, thanks. And your name and badge number, sir?
Deputy Benziger, badge number.
Thank you,
26.
Deputy. I appreciate it.
Are you from the area, boss?
No, I'm not from the area. No, I'm just an independent journalist. My first name is Sean, and
You Long Island Auditor?
I possibly.
See your video.
Possibly. No, my name is Sean, sir. I'm not hiding who I am. As long as people identify themselves to me, it's not like it's a big secret or anything like that. It's not. It's just there is no signage here, and I don't know what else to say. And this is a public charging station, as you see from the sign here from the county. This is a public charging station right here. So it means the public should have a right to be here.
Yes, down that way. That's
Right. I mean, and is it that big of a deal that I walked from another place that has no sign to get here?
they're concerned.
But there's a way to handle it. There's a way to de-escalate and handle the concern. Hey, what's your name?
Here for the initial.
No, I know that, and I'm not blaming you for that, Deputy. I'm just saying that there's a way to handle things instead of telling me to shut the fuck up, put your hands up against the wall. I'm not an inmate here. I'm a free man. I haven't lost my constitutional rights. I deserve to be treated with respect by public servants. I treat public servants. If you've seen my videos, I don't go out of my way to disrespect anyone. I call people by their rank. I don't disrespect anybody. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Hey, sir.
So you're from the Long Island area?
Yes, sir. You've seen my videos, yeah, from Long Island area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Suffolk or Nassau? Just because.
Suffolk.
Okay, yeah.
Suffolk. Yeah, born and raised Suffolk County, yeah.
Thanks. That's quite a hike to get up here.
Yeah, I'm actually on my way for something else, but I saw that this was a law enforcement center, so this is what I do. I promote transparency, make sure people are upholding their oath to the United States Constitution, exercise my rights peacefully, and expose people who want to be tyrants. And these correctional officers here, they came out 25 deep running at me. Imagine how terrifying that is to have 20 men running at you for taking pictures in a public area.
I got you. But I'm also sure you could probably understand where their cause for concern is. Just
For what?
because
Tell
It
me.
is a jail, and God forbid somebody were to try and aid somebody with escaping.
But anything I can see from here, you can get from Google. Just think logically. Anything I can get from Google Satellite View, Google Street View. So the camera in and of itself is not some sort of weapon. It's not
saying that
a tool for escape.
No, again, people, I'm not saying that you have malicious intent. I'm just saying that depending on if somebody were to go that route, obviously you can get those images from Google Maps, but they could also do in-person reconnaissance,
Right. I mean, I
why
think if they had
we-
nefarious intent, they would want to do it from
Exactly,
Google
yeah.
Maps, right?
We don't know where you're
But that's how
coming
you
from.
talk to. But that's why you talk to people.
Exactly. That's my partner there said.
Right.
We weren't the first ones here.
Right.
So again, this is normally how I am with people. Like obviously, for our job, we always have to see if there's any criminality behind things, and then once we find out, okay.
You don't just run up to people and tell them to put your hands up against the wall when they're not breaking any laws.
No.
No, right? That's what I
But
figured.
again, that comes down to the investigation and what we're told, And again, details were vague. So again, we weren't really sure what was really going on with this. We just got word that there was a man filming in the area, so we didn't
Right.
know what the intent was. And
Would
that's
you
what
mind
we're
coming for
doing.
a walk?
A walk where?
You see that white sign right there? I just want to take a look at that.
Sure.
And I want to walk back to where you came in.
Sure. We can do that. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank God it's not raining again.
Oh, beautiful day.
Yeah,
Absolutely beautiful day for a walk.
a lot better than the past few days.
Oh yeah, even on Long Island, yeah. Pouring.
So the cars that you did check, are they all right?
They look good. I check the tire tread. I do everything. I'm looking out for you guys, man. Making sure you guys are driving safe vehicles so we don't get sued, the taxpayer.
Boy, oh boy. Hello 100. You ever hear that?
No, what is that?
Saving officers' lives. Like wearing your seatbelt on the drive and stuff like that. Paying attention while driving.
Right. So they do have a restricted area sign here.
Yep.
But there's a public charging station over there that the public has access to use, so that's weird. I'm trying to get the big picture.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the big picture. A public charging station in a restricted area. Okay.
There's some questions I may not be able to answer to you.
Right, no, I'm just getting the whole picture, that's all. Let's see. Delivery warehouse, restricted area, authorized personnel only.
Intake booking area. So,
Right.
So walking down the stairs where you said you did.
Right.
Do you understand their concern?
Well, I guess it would be...
Given you that you saw this, I know that you said you came in from up there.
Right. But again, I'm not saying that everybody could be concerned. It's subjective, right? Anybody could be concerned about whatever. I was just explaining to the other deputy here that if they were concerned about people getting reconnaissance, you can get that from Google Earth, right? You can get that from Google Street View. You can get a whole layout of this facility. It's actually 3D printed. I was looking at it before.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't seem rational to me. If this is a restricted area, which I don't know if it is, just they have signs. I see the signs, but I also saw that this is a public charging station and it looks like a civilian vehicle's there charging. I don't know. It's not a county vehicle.
It's probably a county vehicle. I can see where you think it may be a civilian.
It doesn't
vehicle.
have county plates. I know that.
We have a lot of cars in our fleet that have normal confidential plates on them.
Okay. And again, from now, let's take a walk to where I walked in.
Absolutely.
Okay. Just so we could be clear, because I don't go into restricted areas.
Well, you're with us now, so you're good.
Got my personal escort, huh? And again, man, just de-escalation and asking questions and saying, "Hey, listen, this is a restricted area. Let me show, like you did. Let's take a walk. Let's look.
Yeah.
You know, I came from up here. That's where I parked my vehicle. This is where I came from."
I'm all ears and all eyes to see every aspect of it, you know?
Yeah. So I walked down these stairs over here into this area and walked to the public charging. Nothing that indicates this would be a restricted area, just stairs going down. Right? I mean,
I do not disagree.
Am I wrong? Like,
I don't. That's something that needs,
if they don't...
Signs were there at one point. I think they got lost in probably a snowstorm or something like that.
Do you understand where he's coming
No,
from?
I know who he is. This is Sean Paul Reyes. I know who he is.
And listen, man, I don't disrespect. If you know who I am, I don't disrespect people.
That's why I came out here. I just want to see, how
I
it plays out.
don't. I don't do that. But
Listen, no, I learned from your stuff too. Because I'm like, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I watch your videos.
oh man, and no disrespect towards you guys. It's just that when I got somebody running at me, 20 people running at me, saying, "Put your hands against the wall," and I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute." I know I'm not in a restricted area, at least to my knowledge, from where I'm walking.
Any reasonable and prudent person would agree with
Right. So, and again, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Some de-escalation. If it is indeed a restricted area, I don't need to be there. It's fine. There's public areas. It's fine. Not a big deal.
It is a restricted area.
Okay, then I won't go down there if it's restricted. But,
I will bring it to the attention of my bosses.
Right.
What your concerns were.
Right.
I will also do an incident report on that too.
Okay, that's fine. You could.
So if you need to foil it for whatever reason.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Listen, no disrespect to the correctional facility here or the sheriff's department whatsoever. I was just taking some pictures and things got escalated really quickly, man.
Saw that when I wrote that.
Whoa, what's going? Imagine me, man. Imagine me. I've been doing First Amendment auditing and activism for 4 years now, and that has never, ever happened to me where I saw 20 to 30, correctional officers just running at me, literally running at me, and I'm like surrounding me, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Let's talk about it.
Let me go get you that card.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, if you have like a CAD number or something.
Yeah, incident number.
Incident number, gotcha.
So how long have you been doing this for?
4 years. 4 years. Yeah, I've done trainings with law enforcement agencies across the country, New Jersey, Ohio. I have an upcoming one in Georgia. Yeah, I try and I want to bridge the gap. I've done ride-alongs, trying to bridge the gap, not only expose tyrants. I'm not like anti-cop. I'm just anti-tyranny. I'm anti, the lack of accountability that there can be in law enforcement. But I also, I believe in law and order. you know, law enforcement is an essential function of our country. I believe that. It just needs to be done right. That's my point. I don't think that's an unreasonable point of view. That the people who are sworn off to uphold our rights and the law, you know, be held accountable.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
That's it.
Just like
Nothing big.
people at the end of the day too.
Right. I mean, you know, the flag is not for the government. The flag is for us. It's for the people, right? No matter if you're in the government or outside of the government, we all pay taxes. Yeah. It's for the people, right? They take our money the same, right?
Yeah. Taxman always gets his cut.
Right. It's like extortion.
Just write your badge number. Yeah, of course.
Officer Johnson, 5791.
Are you a supervisor here, sir?
No.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Here you go, sir. This is
Thank
the
you.
right to know card.
Okay.
All their names are on it.
Very cool. Okay, very cool. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you being professional and not jumping on me as soon as you saw me. I was like, oh man, today's the day I'm gonna get beat up.
Like I said, I will bring that to your attention.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, if it's restricted, and then maybe also bring to attention that, you know, if you're gonna have a public charging station that says specifically this is maybe it's supposed to be a public charging. Maybe the only reason it got installed was to make it available for public use for people. Maybe that's how they got the money to do it. I don't know. Maybe I'll somehow look into, but maybe that's why that's there. And then you can't really have it. It kind of defeats the purpose to say, hey, this can be used. Maybe it comes up on people's maps, right? Maybe, and then they come in here and they're like, oh, restricted area. And then they got 30 guys jumping on them, right? So, you know, we don't want that to happen to somebody who's not gonna. Well, anyways, guys, I'll let you get back to work. Take care, all right?
All right, man.
Thank you. You too. Nice meeting you, man.
You too. What brings you here?
I was on my way. I actually have an appointment in Albany, and I was just on my way, and I saw this when I was driving, and I was like, hey, let me go check it out. I've never been here before, so I just wanted to check it out. That's all.
No, I was just curious.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I enjoy your videos myself.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Funny,
Yeah.
my girl, you never guess who's just here.
Yeah, I don't know. I said she watches the videos too. No, that's usually what I hear. It's always the guy.
You learn stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I love to learn, man. I learned things in the last 4 years. I've learned a lot myself, and you know, I try and apply it in my everyday life and in my videos, and de-escalate. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, man.
Reached out to you a couple times.
Oh, really?
Listen, all knowledge is good knowledge, man.
Yeah, man. We really got to learn. We got to come together, right? We're New Yorkers. We're all residents of New York. We're all citizens of the country. We got to come together, man. It's not you against me just because you have a uniform on. That's not the way it's supposed to work. Do you guys have complaint forms in here?
If we did, this is the correction side.
Okay.
Other side is the control side, so they probably have something more.
All right.
Towards that.
All right, perfect. Yeah, let me just grab a couple complaint forms just in case. I got to rewatch the video. It was a lot going on. You know, but
There was, something going on out there.
yeah, no, I get it, man. I get it.
Very,
No, man.
don't ever have anything out there because
Right.
we're inside. So I was like, oh, something must be happening.
Right. Let me, so this is also the law enforcement and correctional facility?
Yeah, so it's the jail, and then it's the police.
Gotcha.
Whatever you want to call it.
Gotcha.
This is where I leave you and go back to work.
Okay, sir. It was very nice meeting you. Very nice meeting. It's always good to run into We the People members who've seen our videos, who've watched and learned and realized that we're not anti-law enforcement, we're anti-tyranny. Let's see if we can get some complaint forms here. Yes, sir. I needed a complaint form. I wanted to see what the complaint process was here for correctional officers, not
for an employee. Okay.
right. Yeah, no problem, sir. Hey, how are you, sir?
All right.
Sean, nice to meet you.
So, my understanding, you want to file a complaint?
Yes, sir. I wanted to file a complaint.
All right. So there's a couple ways we can do it. There's a physical form. We also have an app that if you scan the QR code on back here, it downloads the Sheriff's Office app, and you can complete that online and it's submitted.
All right.
I don't know how you prefer to do it.
I can do it online. It's not a problem.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but as far as filing it online.
So that's me, Sergeant McGuire. That's the case number that's assigned to them going out and talking to you.
Right. And this is, it wasn't, just to be clear, you're a sergeant for the
Road patrol.
Road Patrol, right? So the officers that I spoke to regarding the Road Patrol, the actual deputies, the law enforcement officers, I had no issues with them. My issues were with the correctional officers. So this would be the same.
It's the same process.
Same process.
You would just, and I wouldn't know specifically only because I've never filed a personnel complaint against anybody here.
Okay.
I would have to imagine that there's something in there that you can write out what the issue was, and you could make a special notation in there to say this is directed towards members of the corrections officer.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like a whole separate function. It all falls under the sheriff
We
department.
are, but we're not. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So the sheriff oversees both the road patrol and the corrections division. The corrections division has their own supervisors, their own chain of command, and so on and so forth, just as we do. I'm only coming out and speaking to you because you had interactions with some of my deputies.
Right.
And it's probably just easier for me to provide you with that.
Gotcha.
That's all.
Okay, gotcha. Is there somebody that's in charge besides the sheriff of the correctional division?
So, like I said, they have their own chain of command. They
Right.
have sergeants, they have lieutenants, they have captains, they have a major. They have a colonel, which is
Okay.
the guy that actually oversees
Right, the day-to-day.
all of the jail day-to-day.
Right.
Ultimately, the sheriff is
responsible.
the guy over both sides of the house.
Gotcha. All right, yeah, I just want to make it clear. My complaints have nothing to do with the road unit that came out. So, all right. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Anything else I can help you?
No, thank you. Appreciate
Have a great
it.
day.
Thank you, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, fellow patriots, so we're just getting out of the Ulster County Correctional Facility and Law Enforcement Center here in Kingston, New York. Wow, so that has to be one of the most insane interactions I've ever had with a government agency. 30 correctional officers running towards me, ready to do me harm and violate my rights. Officer M. Blum, the correctional officer who we're going to file a complaint against, telling me to shut the fuck up and put my hands against the wall as if he's some sort of law enforcement officer. He's not. He's a correctional officer. I'm not an inmate. It's ridiculous. I can only imagine how he treats the inmates on the inside. I can only imagine. It's horrific. This man does not deserve to wear a uniform that says Ulster County Sheriff. There's no way. No de-escalation whatsoever. Escalation to the max. 30 correctional officers. I gotta sit back and watch and count again while I'm editing the video, but that was insane. Never in the 4 years has a situation like this ever happened to me before. We will be filing a complaint against the correctional officer using this QR code right here. You could download, apparently they have an app where you could file a complaint. I have no problem doing that. I'd rather be on my way to my next audit here in New York State, but it's insane. We will be looking for accountability for the way that that officer treated us, because that's ridiculous. You know, I will say the deputy sheriffs, they arrived, the actual law enforcement officers, when they arrived, they didn't escalate anything. They were de-escalating, willing to have a conversation. They seem to know who I am, the correctional officers, as well as or at least they figured it out after some time. The correctional officers and the law enforcement officers figured out that, you know, I'm Sean Paul Reyes, Long Island Audit, and but they were professional. You know, there was restricted area signs, but as we saw, where I entered into this quote unquote restricted area with a public charging station for the public that you clearly saw as well, where I entered in, there was no restricted area signs, nothing to indicate that whatsoever, and they should know that. I'm sure they use those stairs all the time. They should know that there's nothing that indicates to the public it's a restricted area. Quite the opposite. There's a public electric vehicle charging station in that quote-unquote restricted area. You know, a lot of people ask me what's, you know, the scariest moment or the most nerve-wracking moment I've had while auditing. This one's got to be up there, man. I mean, I thought I handled myself pretty well because I don't back down or be intimidated by tyrants, people who want to violate my constitutional rights. But I mean, it was not looking good for me. It was 30v1 over there, and I didn't know how that was going to play out. It's a good thing I didn't back down, stop recording, put my hands on the wall, because there was no reason for me. I wasn't breaking any laws. I knew that. I was engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. And for these correctional officers to do that and to treat me that way, tell me to shut the fuck up and everything, it's disgraceful. It's disgraceful, and I'm going to get in contact with the sheriff himself. Hopefully, he'll want to speak to me, and, hopefully he's open to transparency and speaking with me one-on-one. Hopefully with this video and the publication of this video, he will want to do that, because this is a bad look for his sheriff's department here. Maybe not the deputy sheriffs, the law enforcement division, but the correctional facility. That's a bad look. Shout out to the correctional officer who watches my videos, who's learned from my videos. I've learned a lot. I'm not the ultimate teacher. I've learned a lot doing what I do and auditing and my activism and doing the trainings. So, we all can learn. We have to come together. I'm not their enemy. It is what it is. I'm exercising a constitutionally protected right, and they need to understand that. De-escalate. Learn how to communicate. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I cannot wait to read them. This interaction was insane and unfortunate. Stay tuned to the channel for further updates on this incident and other incidents. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next one. Long Island Audit. Peace.